All right. Welcome back, everyone, for another deep dive. Today, we're looking at kind of a complicated story.
Yeah.
It's about what happens to the German economy
Hmm.
if Syrian refugees return to Syria.
Okay.
And it's interesting because, Germany has a pretty large Syrian community,
Does.
the largest in the EU, actually,
Uh-huh.
about 1 million people.
Wow.
And our main source today is an analysis from the German Economic Institute
Okay.
in Cologne. And the findings are really pretty interesting.
I'm interested.
So let's just jump right in.
Yeah, let's get into it.
So it's funny because, we hear a lot about the economic
Yeah.
challenges of integrating refugees.
Yes.
But this research kind of flips the script.
Oh,
Asks what if they leave?
that's a good question.
And you don't really hear that perspective very often.
No, you don't.
So the analysis found that about 80,000 Syrian refugees are working in jobs where Germany is experiencing a worker shortage. Like some really key areas: automotive engineering, healthcare, childcare, even climate-related jobs. Yeah. Like over 4,000 Syrian automotive engineering.
Hmm.
Technicians are filling these roles in a field where nearly 70% of the jobs are hard to fill.
Wow.
Yeah. And then, when you look at healthcare, the study highlights about 5,300 Syrian doctors
Okay.
currently working in Germany,
Huh.
which is a lot more than I think a lot of people would.
Yeah, I was going to say that's more than I would have thought.
Yeah, and that's partly because of Germany's process for recognizing foreign medical qualifications.
Mm-hmm.
So these doctors were able to practice more quickly. And they're saying that losing that expertise could have a serious impact, especially when you look at the elderly care industry. One expert actually called it a severe blow.
A severe blow.
And it looks like that's because fewer German doctors are willing to take those jobs.
Oh, so they're shilling a gap.
Exactly.
Okay.
So it's not just, numbers
No.
on a spreadsheet. It's real people providing essential services.
That's a great point.
And the study quotes Fabian Samsarta, who's an economist at the International Labor Institute. And he says that Syrian workers, quote, contribute significantly to alleviating skill shortages in Germany,
Mm-hmm.
which basically means that,
Right.
without these workers, certain sectors of the German economy would really struggle to function.
Yeah, that makes sense.
And it's not just the macroeconomic impact.
Right.
Can you remind our listeners what exactly that is?
Yeah, so macroeconomic impact
Hmm?
is looking at the big picture things like overall economic growth,
Uh-huh.
inflation, unemployment.
Got it.
But sometimes when you look at the bigger picture, you kind of miss some of the smaller details.
Right.
That's why we have to consider specific sectors and regions too.
Makes sense. So we're kind of zooming in a little bit.
Exactly.
And there was another study published just recently that kind of supports this idea. They found that while the overall macroeconomic impact of Syrian repatriation might not be huge specific regions, and sectors could face significant labor shortages.
Interesting.
Yeah. They highlighted healthcare, transportation, and logistics as being particularly vulnerable.
Yeah.
And all of this is happening. As Germany is dealing with, changing political dynamics,
Right.
Germany has suspended asylum applications from Syrian refugees.
Okay.
And there's an election coming up in 2025,
Mm-hmm.
and some right-wing groups are really pushing for refugees to return to Syria.
So there's some political pressure there.
Yeah, definitely. And it's really important for everyone to understand that we're just reporting on what's happening
Right.
in the news and in the research. We are not taking sides or endorsing any particular viewpoint.
Absolutely. We're just laying out the facts.
Exactly. So to summarize, this research suggests that Syrian refugees are significantly integrated into the German workforce,
Mm-hmm.
and their departure could have some negative economic consequences,
Yes.
especially in certain sectors and regions.
It's a complicated situation.
It is. So what happens next? How does Germany balance the economic realities with the humanitarian aspects of the refugee crisis?
Yeah.
It's constantly evolving. So if you're interested in learning more about this, I encourage you to look into the individual stories of Syrian refugees in Germany,
Yes.
their experiences, hopes, and fears. Add a really critical human dimension to these economic discussions.
Absolutely. And those stories give you a good look at the human impact alongside the economic factors.
Exactly. Well, thanks for joining us for another deep dive.
Thank you.
We'll see you next time.
See ya.